Ever had that moment where you're building a project and need to figure out if a number is even or odd? I've been there too. It's such a simple thing, yet it's vital in a lot of programming tasks. Today, we'll not only cover how to check if a number is even or odd, but we'll also explore some real-world scenarios where this comes in handy. Let's get coding. Whether you're building something fun like a game or working on a serious data crunching project, knowing how to check if a number is even or odd can make your code smarter. Maybe you're wondering, how do I handle user input? What about performance when working with lots of numbers? No worries, we'll cover all that. First, what makes a number even or odd? The rule is simple. If a number is divisible by 2, it's even, otherwise it's odd. But here is the thing, you need a way to quickly check that in your program. We use something called the modulo operator in Python, but more on that in a second. The modulo operator is what makes checking for even or odd super easy in Python. It gives you the remainder of a division. So when you take a number and divide it by 2, if the remainder is 0, it's even. If it is 1, it's odd. Here is the syntax you need. Simple, right? Let's try this out in our IDE. Whether you're using Jupyter Notebook or VS Code, this code will work just the same. Now, why does this matter? Think about this. Let's imagine you're working on a traffic light system that alternates green lights based on an even or odd rule. For example, even numbered lanes gets the green light first, while odd numbered lanes get it later. This can help distribute traffic flow fairly. Here is how we can check the lane number and decide the signal. But hey, it's not always going to be you entering numbers in your code. What happens when users give you an input? Maybe you want them to enter a number and you will tell them if it's even or odd. So how do we handle that? Let's use the input function in Python to get numbers from the user. But remember, user input is always treated as a string, so we need to convert it to an integer. Let's see the following code. Here is the problem. What if the user enters something that's not a number? That will throw an error and crash your program. Let's guide against that using the try except block. See the following codes. Now we've got our code handling mistakes like a pro. But what if you need to check multiple numbers at once? Say you're working with a list of numbers and you want to check each one for even or odd. Here is where loops come in handy. We'll use the for loop to go through a list and apply same even odd logic. See the following code example. Imagine you're building a simple event planner that needs to check if there are an even number of attendees. You could use this logic to display certain messages based on the number of attendees. Let's apply this in the following example. So far, we've covered the basics of how to check if a number is even or odd, how to handle user input, and how to apply this in real-world scenarios. In future lessons, we'll dive deeper into how this simple logic can be integrated into larger projects. For example, you might want to use this in combination with more advanced topics like data structures or algorithms. So what will you build with this knowledge? Try adding even odd logic to your current projects. And if you're enjoying this hands-on Python learning, be sure to like and subscribe to get updates on more tutorials like this. In the next video, we'll cover more advanced Python topics. See you there.